There we go. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are our Telpas superheroes. Okay, you're all Wonder Women. And Matt, you are our Iron Man. We're going to go through, you've been trained. Okay, this is just a Q&A. We're going to emphasize a few things and then review some others. It's just for clarification and an opportunity for you to ask questions. All right, because although Telpas has not changed, the one thing that makes Telpas different this year are the virtual kids. So there are a couple of things that are going to be a bit different because of that. Okay. Is it going to let me? Yes. So at this time, if you could, we have a QR code for you to, if you could scan that so you could sign in. Since we don't have a sign-in sheet, this will be the way that you're going to sign in today.
Look at you, Cindy, getting all techie on us.
I was going to say the same
this
thing.
Is the extent of my, and Melissa actually was the one that did that. I just said, this is what I wanted. She says, okay, I'm on it. All right, guys. And I can put this back up a little later. So the agenda for today is to review dates. There's lots of training dates. Go over the student test dates, review the rater folder. You have your TAN folder, and then answer your questions. Okay. So you are the rater. You're called raters. You will be the ones rating the kids. Your responsibilities are to make sure that you're trained. And training is a big deal. There's two chunks here. There's the training, and then there's the student rating. And Telpas has, unfortunately, a lot of training. There's the district PowerPoint, which most of you have done. I think I have all of you now. I think I have 100%. You electronically signed that oath. That's the district PowerPoint. The next thing would be the basic training, and that's just for new raters. On campus this year, we have 3 new raters, and they know who they are. And then the big one, the one that scares everybody, is calibration, okay? All of you will do that together. And it has to be in a monitored setting. Melissa and I are the ones that monitor you. And that one, yes, you do have to have a passing rate. You're given a total of 3 opportunities. You have one opportunity, a second opportunity like a week later. And then the third opportunity is after you do some training. And that will be the bilingual department that does that with you. They contact you, they go through some things with you, and then you have that third opportunity. Even if after 3 tries, if you're not successful, you do still rate. It just means you have to have an additional rater, that's all. So that's one part of Telpas in terms of your responsibilities. The other part of Telpas is your student rating. Kinder and first, you do nothing but holistic rating, and you do it in the areas of listening, speaking, writing, and reading. 2 through 5, you do 2 things. You do holistic, okay? And then aside from holistic, okay, what happened here? Is someone trying to get in? Don't know. Aside from the holistic, then there's the online testing. And last year, if I'm not mistaken, maybe it was the year before, my years all run together now. The state moved to doing this, the listening and the speaking online, as well as the reading. For years, it had just been the reading. Then they moved to, the state moved to the listening and the speaking. So your only role is to do the writing samples, okay? That's the only part of this that'll be the holistic, okay? Calibration. Please take note of these dates. Kinder through second, so here's the deal. And we're doing everything virtual now because of COVID. We want to be safe. Unfortunately, the state has said that to calibrate, anything having to do with testing, we still need to do that live and in person. So calibration will be live and in person. And we will, what we did to be safe is we went ahead and we split the groups in half. So kinder through second, you will be calibrating on February 8th. Third through fifth, you will be calibrating February 11th. Now we talked about a little while ago, if you're calibrating and you're not successful after 2 attempts, then you have a special session. The second session is actually February 18th is the second session. We'll call that the special session. All right. But you guys are really awesome. We have been very blessed on this campus. You guys really take it seriously and everyone does well on calibration. Okay. What to bring? Bring your laptop, bring some headphones, a pen or a pencil. You do have a pen that Wonder Woman lassoed for you. Bring your Telpas folder, and we're going to go through the folder right now. You have information in your folder. Remember, this is like an open book test. So you can't talk and share information, but you have everything in your folder that you need, okay? And then bring your mask, of course, okay? And we will calibrate in our beautiful computer lab, okay? So we have in-person kids, we have virtual kids, all right? In-person students are as usual, okay? Kinder through first, you rate holistically, second through fifth, you collect writing samples, turn those in just like we've always done. Reading and listening and speaking are all done in the computer lab. Melissa and I take care of that. The virtual kids. So you're going to collect writing samples virtually, and then those kids will be asked to come back to campus to do the online testing, the reading, the listening, and the speaking, okay? So this is what I'm waiting for at this time. There should be a district letter that invites parents. You want your children to come back to school. I'm waiting for that district letter to come. Once that's happened, I'm guessing we're going to do the same thing that we did for COGAT testing. We ask those parents to come back. We do a little Google form. Parents are able to click on that and then respond, yes, my child will come, or no, my child will not come. We have different dates for those kids. The in-person kids we will do on certain days. The virtual kids we will do on different days, okay? And then teachers, I emailed you today. I received an email yesterday where they had done, they put together a training to help you learn how to collect those writing samples virtually. I saw some of you in the hallway today and you told me you've already signed up. Wonderful. You just have to attend one of those. I do think there are 3 different dates that they've given you. It's supposed to be a 1-hour training session, but that'll help you. You have to sign up for that, and that'll help you gather all of that virtually, okay? So the writing samples, what we need you to do, and again, we're gonna go over everything that's in the folder, but you're gonna hand deliver those to us. You can't put them in our boxes. On that day, we are going to make ourselves available so that you can come and turn them into us, all right? Reminders for your writing samples. You have a cover sheet, 1 per student. Utilize those clear plastic envelopes to deliver. Remember, you need 5 writing samples, and we want authentic writing. Okay, we tell you guys, I know you guys know this, but just as a reminder, and we do have a few people that are new. So what you're not going to do is say, Telpas kids, you have a writing assignment, and you pull those kids aside and give them just them that writing assignment. It should be a writing assignment that maybe the whole class got, okay? But they should be authentic. They can be photocopied if they're writing in journals or something and you want to copy it. Some of you use those writing samples for other things. And you want to give me the original, them the copy, or vice versa, that's fine, okay? So your rater folder, let's go over your rater folder. This is what it looks like, okay? You have a lot of information in there. On the right-hand side, on the left-hand side, did something a little different this year. There are so many dates that I started to get confused. So you have the pink sheet. The pink sheet gives you have January and February. Everything is in there. The only thing that's not in there are those dates for the writing training for the virtual teachers. Only the virtual teachers receive that email today, because I did not get that email until yesterday, and all these copies had already been made. So the pink sheet has all the different dates. You can see when in January that we're doing today, our Q&A, basic training, when that opens. Someone asked me about that today. That opens on the 25th. Then we jump into February, when the writing collection will start. Calibration, the dates of calibration, the special calibration date, that's the second one, is in there. If we need a third one at that time, then I'll set that date. Okay, but I do not foresee us going there. The verification day, that during your planning period, that's when you bring us your writing samples. They're returned to you, you start rating. A reminder, when you turn them in for verifying, you're not rating them then. You're just giving them to us and we're checking, okay? The online testing dates are there for broken up by grade level for in-person and the virtual kids, and then the final day, when you turn it all in, folder, writing samples, everything rated, all of it, you bring it back to us. Behind your pink sheet, you have two things. If you recall from last year, the manuals are all virtual. I haven't emailed that link because I want you looking for it. I'm going to email you that so that you can see your rater manuals. But what we did do is we photocopied some things. I'm still very old school, very paper person. And so we did make copies of you of specific things, assembling the writing samples, what you need to do, okay? And your ELPs, all these. This is what you need to help you calibrate, okay? These are your copies, write on them. If I can suggest, those of you that are Telpas teachers, meet as a grade level before calibration, review things, go over this stuff, ask each other questions, take notes, and then you're ready for calibration. When you walk in for calibration, you can have all that. This whole folder, you can have it with you, okay? Behind that, you have, I know it looks very kindergarten-ish, but it helps. You have a sample, a little sample packet. These are the papers that you need to turn in. Now, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you have 2 sheets. K and 1, you only have 1 sheet, okay? And that's because you only turn in the rater sheet to us. You do not have to do the writing samples. So this is for you to use when you're filling out the real paperwork that you turn into us. And all that real paperwork, as a reminder, it is like super official stuff. So it has to be a blue or black ink. You happen to have a brand new black pen, use your black pen, okay? On the right-hand side, you have an orange folder. It'll either say K1 or it'll say 2 through 5. All that information is in here as well, the dates. It's divided by who the returning raters are, who the new raters are, and then it goes step by step, telling you what you do next. It gives you the link so that you know where you go when it's time to do your basic training, for example, okay? It gives you the calibration dates, gives you the writing samples and our Cibolo Green window for those writing samples, okay? All of that is in there, as well as with that, you have a purple sheet. The purple sheet lists your students. If you notice, specific kids are circled. Those are the virtual kids, okay? Those are the virtual kids. And then you have a rating roster. That's a tan colored sheet. And then you have your plastic folder where you will turn in your writing samples, okay? And you have one of these yellow cover sheets, one for every student, all right? You have everything that you need in your folder, okay? There's more information to come. We're gonna give you the letter to the parents. Previously, I put them in the 10 folder and you have enough for your classes and they can be sent home at the appropriate time, but we don't have that letter yet, okay? And then guidelines for collecting the writing samples, that's the district training, you'll get that. I'm actually attending a training, I found out about it yesterday, tomorrow morning, to give me information on how you're going to collect those samples virtually, and then you have your date, okay? Does anybody at this time have any questions? Nothing?
I do. I put it in the chat. If we are not on campus for our calibration date, can we go to?
Oh, that's right. You did. You'd already asked. I think you emailed me that, and you are okay. Let me know if you can't come to calibration, just like Meredith did. And Meredith, you will attend the kinder first grade one.
Awesome. Okay.
Because that's
Great.
a smaller group.
Okay.
If you can't go, let me know, because I've got to monitor the number of people that are in there. So if I have to, I'll come up with another date when we calibrate. But right now we're okay. Unless anybody else is telling me that they need to change, then we're not okay. Then it's too many people at the computer lab.
Okay, thank you.
All right, sure thing, sure thing. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am. Shailene?
So the email that we got about the virtual writing training, that's just for second grade and up, correct?
Second grade and up. Yes, that's just for second grade and up. Because kinder and first, you're doing everything holistically, which means it's your observation. Now, you have to read their writing, right? I don't know how you all now, your virtual teachers, how you're even doing that, honestly. I don't know how you're collecting writing samples, how they turn work into you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can do it typing, and then I have his mom take a picture of his like rough draft, and then I just download the picture and his completed copy.
Yeah, that's kind of
That's the
what I
only way you
assume,
can.
just because that's what my high school kid does.
Yeah.
It's a sample where he's actually writing something out, taking a picture, uploading that. So I get that, but I don't know that for sure. Okay. Any other questions? Cindy, are you asking a question? I can't hear you. I still can't hear you, beautiful.
Hey, Cindy, I think we need to flash up the QR code again in case people missed it earlier.
I can do that. I can do that.
I don't know if that's what she's saying, though. She's doing something like that. The QR code?
The QR code? No?
No.
Oh, I need
She's
it.
saying to look at the chat box.
Okay. Look at the chat box. Okay. All
I
right.
got you.
Christina,
I got you.
All right.
You do the
I'll do the QR code. You do that. Okay. Anybody
Yes,
else to
ma'am.
say their question out loud?
Cindy, I have a
Well-
question about column B on the rater form.
Uh-huh.
If I talk with my co-teach and the student's speech teacher, do I go ahead and fill in the number for that if I'm talking
Yes.
with other people?
And remember, it's not a bad thing to consult with other people. So
Not at
it's
all.
okay to say,
You're
yes,
not-
it's
you're not
actually
breaking
good.
rules.
So
Doing
that is
something
okay,
illegal.
perfectly fine. It's not good or bad, it just is what it is, okay?
Okay, awesome.
Okay. Okay, the other thing I wanted to remind you guys of is, one of the things that's kind of hard with this test, when we're doing STAR testing, we are, everything's locked up and it's in a tub and, super official and all that stuff. There's the QR code for anybody that needs it.
Thank you.
For this test, you're collecting writing samples. I've seen you. A lot of you, you're using the plastic folder, you're using the tan folder, you're putting everything in there. We've got to keep that in a very secure place in your classroom, okay? At the end of the day, lock it up somewhere, okay? You never know if you're going to be out, if just lock it up because it's all secured, all right? We don't want someone to say, I went in, I saw something that said Telpas, and they're talking to somebody else about it, and then, they're telling their comadres somewhere, and before you know it, we're all in trouble. We did something we weren't supposed to do. Okay, I lost
Yeah, so
y'all.
can I just say something real quick?
Yes.
So just remember, once you turn those writing samples in for 2nd through 5th grade, once you turn those samples in to get verified, you're telling them those are now become secure testing documents. Before then, you have everybody's there, but you collect those ones. At that point, then those are secure testing items. So make sure they stay locked up just as if it were STAR. It's no different.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Any question? I'm a firm believer that no question is a dumb question.
One more time, Cindy, can you flash up the QR code just in case someone else missed it? Sorry.
Okay. Anybody else need
Send
it?
me a message. Yes, Cindy Goss needs it.
Oh, that's what she needs? Okay. Let me see. We're sorry, Cindy. Okay, am I still sharing my screen with y'all?
Yes.
I am. There it goes, beautiful. Now, another thing, we have kids. These are interesting times right now. We don't know when a student's going to be out. We don't know when a teacher's going to be out. If someone has to step in, if someone has to finish something that you've started. For Telpas, there's a little flexibility because we have a window. We have a state window, we have a district window, we have a campus window, okay? And I intentionally make our campus window shorter than the district window, and definitely shorter than the state window. I do that intentionally because we have so many tests going at the same time. Okay, there's COGAT. I'll start February with COGAT, and then it transitions into Telpas, kind of running simultaneously even, and then you're getting ready for STAR Alt and STAR. So that's why I did that. But if you have a student that transitions, they have to be in quarantine and they're transitioning now, and we're nearing the end of the window, or just let me know. Do not assume that I'll know. We have great communication up here in the front office, but everyone's going 100 miles an hour. So do not assume that they'll tell me, that someone, they being Yvette or anybody else will tell me. Shoot me an email and say, Cindy, I have a student went into quarantine. They are now virtual for the next 10 days or whatever it might be. And they're one of my Telpas kiddos, okay? The other thing is, if you go into quarantine, let's hope not, then let me know. Again, do not assume that, well, Sarah's gonna let her know, someone's gonna let her know. You shoot me a message and let me know, hey, I'm in quarantine, I'm gone for the next 10 days, okay? The other thing is, if you have a new student that enrolls, Yvette has been pretty good about letting us know. Have a new student, they're a LEP kid, okay, they're gonna be part of Telpas. But you do that, please. Shoot me an email and let me know. I have a new kiddo and they're LEP. I have a new kiddo and I think they might be LEP. Here's the other one. We get new kiddos sometimes and we don't always get all their records initially. And share this with your teams as well, please. Because sometimes they may not be placed in your class, they're placed in someone else's class. And then after the fact, we're finding out that they're LEP. And then we're hustling to get them to do Telpas. So any new kiddos, and if you suspect, or even once you learn their LEP, shoot me a quick email, okay? Anybody else? Okay, you guys are awesome. Just so much respect for you guys, because there's a lot that you all do, and there's a lot to this test. I know someone passing out the folders today, someone says, oh, this test, it stresses me, this stresses me so much. I know, I get it. There's so many pieces to this. It stresses me. There's so many pieces to this. But please know this, that we know how professional you guys are and how serious you take it. Our hearts hurt for you when you walk in for calibration, because some of you, you can see it, how nervous you are about calibration. Melissa and I get nervous too, because we have some training that we have to do for Telpas. So we get it. We totally get it. Okay. But we really, really feel, Melissa and I have, I think, decided that when we're calm and we just tell ourselves, we've got this. We've done it for so many years, we've got this. That's probably when we do our best. It's when we're all freaked out that we get all messed up and we miss more than we should, okay? Any question, just shoot an email, please, because I'm all about asking questions, okay? All right, guys, that's it. Enjoy. Have fun with Telpas. Bye, Wonder Women and Iron Man.
Cindy, I'm still trying to log in the QR code thing because it's my phone's just spinning.
Mine says it won't connect.
It won't connect? Okay, we can do it.
Not available.
I can probably even email you that.
I can just add it in, Cindy. I can just add them in.
Okay, that would be awesome.
Thank you. Okay.
You and who was the other one?
Christina and Suzanne.
Good.
Okay.
Wood and
Wood and
Reyes.
Reyes.
Wood and
Anybody
Reyes.
else? I
Yeah.
can just add them in. Wood and
Thank
Reyes.
you.
Okay, super.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
I think Bertram's trying to wave her hand around that she needs her name added too.
Oh, okay.